Mary has called Australia home for more than 40 years. The grandmother raised her family here. She volunteers, helps the homeless and pays her taxes. But the government says it's time to go.
I don't want to stay here.
She doesn't deserve what she's getting.
Mary seems as selfless as they come.
Volunteering at the Salvation Army appeal.
The grandmother gives much of her time to help Australians. Now she's been told to get out of Australia.
I mean, I've paid my taxes all those years and yeah.
She says she thought she'd been a permanent resident since arriving in the 80s. But the government reckons there's something about Mary.
And you're 74 years old.
Yeah.
And to think at any moment you could be arrested and deported to the UK.
Correct. It's dreadful. She knows not a soul over there. Not a soul.
This man right here was deported to Venezuela after spending 31 years in America. He has his entire family here, his kids, everything, but it seemed like he's handling being deported well.
It is to get back home, dude. Like, it sucks. Being away from my kids, my mom, my brothers, and I'm out here all by myself, man. I'm stuck on vacation, man. You can have the beaches, you can have all that, man. I'm just trying to get back home. I just want to go back home, man.
I'm gonna be honest, the pain in his voice is like, I could feel that as on a human level, right? Every time I come across these videos, I just shake my head, and the only thing you can do is do shit the right way. When it's time to do your paperwork, do it. Okay, you're supposed to be taking every advantage, every avenue you can to becoming a citizen so that this shit doesn't happen to you.
Today's my last day here in my house. Tomorrow I leave for Bali indefinitely, and it just feels like very bittersweet, so surreal. And I truly, I love my house. I love my house.
Even now, come close. Yes, because one of our Gambia brother cried out that they deport him back to Gambia. You understand? The thing that is even paining him is that he has 5,000 euro in his account, and he was not opportune to collect the money before they deport him. Yes, they went to his working place and carried him back to Gambia. You understand? They did not allow him to take clothes or anything. They just go there, carry him back to the deportation camp, and from there back to Gambia.
Pack your bags. If you know you're one of them, just pack your bags. Donald J. Trump is not playing. And also, let me tell you, start liquidating all your assets. If you have a house, car, whatever valuable things you have, just sell them, liquidate them, because there will be no grace period, no warning. So start pack those bags if you know you're one of them.
Yeah, 24 years.
24 years?
A Brazilian man who lived in the United States for 24 years has been detained in Maryland and is now facing deportation. The case is raising questions about immigration enforcement and whether voluntary departure should have been an option.
You're hearing stories of people that came here 30, 35 years ago that are getting deported. What about somebody that came here 30 years ago?
Right. Unless the INA, the body of law that I just mentioned, unless the INA has a provision in it that somehow legalizes that man who came here 30 years ago, there's very little he can do. It is unfortunate. Here's what I say as an attorney, by the way. If you don't like it, you must petition the government, the Congress in Washington, D.C. to amend the law that applies to immigration. You know, you cannot demonize the enforcement agents. And I'm not saying I'm a pro or against ICE. I'm just saying that if they're enforcing a current law and you don't like it, change the law.
After over 40 years in the U.S., a Filipino grandmother is being deported this week from O'Hare, and her family fears she could have serious medical issues on the flight. Our Marissa Sulik spoke with them today.
7-year-old Rebecca Pinyard's family tells me she was arrested over 20 years ago for drugs. She did 19 years in prison and was told to check in with the Department of Homeland Security once a year. But when she went to her annual DHS check-in with her documents back in March, her daughter says she was taken into custody.
As soon as they grabbed the documents from her, they said that she was going to be detained.
April Lowe says her mom, Rebecca Pinyard, was rebuilding her life with her husband in North Carolina after being released from prison a few years ago.
She's been active in the church. She donates. She gets up at 4 a.m. and takes walks.
Now, for the last 9 months, she's been transported across the Southeast and is currently at a federal facility in Clay County, Indiana. They say she has a slew of medical concerns, including severe kidney disease, thyroid issues, and uncontrolled blood pressure. On video calls, Pinyard tells her family she has not been given her medications on a regular basis.
It was, very inconsistent. And this is like medication that is really critical for her.
Louise Macareniag is with the Filipino Migrant Organization in Chicago looking at Pinyard's case. Before she is deported on Friday, they are demanding she gets a medical exam not in ICE custody, dialysis, and other medical needs. With no recent medications, they fear Pinyard's flight from O'Hare to the Philippines could be dangerous.
A blood clot can lead to lung damage. A blood clot could lead to even like sudden death.
I will be flying out with my mother.
Lowe says she will be on the 15-plus hour flight with her mom Friday to get her settled. She also says her mom could have fought to appeal her case if she was in a better physical state.
I think she feels like she's between a rock and a hard place. Like, she can't do anything from where she is. She has to rely on us, and my mother's never been that person.
We reached out to DHS about Pinyard's case today and asked if she did receive her medications. We are waiting to hear back. In the newsroom, Marissa Sulek, CBS News, Chicago.
Deported after 40 years, and now the blame game begins. But here's the real question. Who's really responsible? Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for sticking with us. If you're new here, this is a safe space for real conversations about real situations. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notifications so you never miss a video. After decades of building a life in America, and some deported individuals are speaking out. They are frustrated, angry, and searching for answers. But instead of looking at policies, decisions, and systems, the conversation is shifting towards blaming entire communities. And that's where things get complicated. Because this isn't just about deportation anymore. It's about accountability, perception, and a narrative that's dividing people even more. Now let's get into the video. I'll be right back.
Means that a lot of these "we came from nothing" immigrant stories are often total BS. Many of them came from upper middle class educated families and used government subsidized degrees to come here and build wealth, something that local US citizens can't do.
Now I can say this until I'm blue in the face. The $5 in the dream story is bullshit. I don't care where you came from, where anybody came from. You can't go nowhere around this world with $5 in a dream and make anything shake. It just don't work like that. That's the whole fallacy, and people was really believing it. A lot of our folks was believing that shit too. Like, dang, these immigrants came over here. They only have $5. They came over here with nothing. How the fuck did you buy food if you didn't have any money? Where did you get food from? How did you buy groceries until you got a job, until you finished school, until you started and actually started profiting in your business? How did you even start a business if you didn't have any money? Who the fuck can start a business with $0?
Back to the country he was born in after 34 years in the United States, and despite being on a valid work permit. I don't want to hear any more about the party of family values. Again, he's on a valid work permit and was sole caretaker, single father, of his 6 children, all of whom are U.S. citizens. Don't give me it's all about the kids stuff. Don't give me your family values stuff. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are you trying to create in this country? Like what's going to be left that's worth saving if you think this is the kind of country you want to create, where children are denied their parents, where these horrors are committed on our streets every day. Can you not see the domestic terrorism that's being committed by our immigration and customs enforcement?
ICE just deported a father that was in the United States for 44 years. Well, what Democrats aren't telling you is that not only did he have several convictions, he also in 1999 received a formal deportation order, which he ignored. Well, Mr. Chuang Dong was convicted in 1989 for robbery. Then he went on to commit burglary, violating his parole shortly after. And in case you didn't know, these are serious enough convictions for the United States immigration to trigger deportation, which he received that deportation order in 1990.
So what do you think? Is this about misplaced blame or something deeper we're not addressing? If you value conversations that go deeper than headlines, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, turn on your notifications so you don't miss a video. This channel exists because of you, and conversations like this matter because you engage. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay compassionate, and most importantly, stay active in the dialogue. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.